Hi, I'm Rob from PrecisionLock.com. Today I'm going to teach you how to open this lock without the right key and without picking the lock. It's a method called Shim lock. What it is that the definition for the Shim opener lock by ALOA, the Associated Locksmiths of America, in their glossary of terms, they say a shim is a thin piece of material used to unlock the cylinder plug from the shell by separating the pin tumblers at the shear line one at a time. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. What you'll need is the lock that you don't have the key for. You're going to need a plug follower. You're going to need a shim, which is very flexible, thin piece of material. I think this one's made out of stainless steel. You're going to need a number 1 screwdriver, and you're going to need a key blank that'll fit this key. This happens to have a KW1 keyway, which is a quick set. So I'm going to use a quick set key blank in order to open this lock. Okay, let's get started. First of all, you're going to remove the 2 screws on the back of the cylinder, and you're going to take off the cam. What you want to do, once you remove your screws, you'll make sure that you have it in a nice location so you don't drop them on the floor, or a lot of times you're in the back of the van, you're parked on a hill, and they have a tendency to roll off your work area. So what I usually do is once I remove the cam, I'll set it aside and I'll take the two screws and I'll stick it in the cam so that way they're nice and secure. All right, so I removed the 2 screws and removed my cam from the back of my mortise cylinder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece of shim stock, I call it shim stock, a shim, and I'm going to insert it between the plug and the shell. So it's like standing up just like that. Then I'm going to take my key and I'm going to insert it all the way in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a little light pressure on the shim, and at the same time I'm going to be backing the key out of the keyway. So a little bit of pressure and you'll feel the shim slide in. At this point it's over to the last pin of the lock. You will keep doing so until you get all the way in. A lot of times, to make it a little bit easier, I'll turn the lock upside down and I'll back the key out with my index finger while taking these 2 fingers and sliding over the shim, because it is very flexible and very flimsy. And what happens is I'm a little cheap. I like to reuse my shims as much as possible. They're not really expensive, but you know, a lot of times what happens is that when you need one, it's all bent up and you can't find one. So I like to, you know, try to get as much use out of the shim as possible. All right, so sometimes they'll give you a hard time. Okay. At this point, I have shimmed all the pins. So now I can actually turn the plug, while keeping pressure against the plug. I'm going to remove the shim out of the back of the lock, set it aside, and I'm going to take my plug follower, I'm going to insert it, I'm going to put a little bit of pressure against the plug. As you're noticing, I'm pushing the plug out with the follower only. That way it doesn't blow the top pins out and get out of control there. All right, so you have removed the plug from your cylinder without using a key or not having to pick it open. So that's what shim lock is about. We're just going to set this back, put this back together. At this point, what you would do is you would dump the pins out, get a new key for it, with a new combination, and you would repin it, and then you would, you know, put it back in the lock. And that's pretty much it for picking a lock or shimming a lock. You can watch one of my other videos. I have on YouTube that shows you how to rekey a mortise cylinder. Once again, I'm Rob from precisionlock.com. That's precision-lock.com. Come check me out on the web. I will be having future videos so you guys can learn all the exciting skills of the trade of locksmithing. Thank you. Have a good day.